let's see this. A loan of rupees 10,000 is to be paid back by 4 equal annual installments. If the rate is 10% simple interest per annum, find the value of each installment. So they are saying that you have to pay back a loan of 10,000 rupees. So you have taken a 10,000 rupees loan here, and now it has to be paid in 4 equal annual installments, which means it has to be paid back in 4 years, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say you have taken the loan here, so you are supposed to pay it back in 4 installments, which means the term period of this loan is 4 years. So by the end of 4 years you are supposed to pay everything, right? So even though you have taken only 10,000 rupees here, what is the total money you are supposed to pay? That depends on the interest at which it is growing, isn't it? The rate at which it is growing. Now they are saying that the rate at which it is growing is 10% simple interest per annum. So per year it is going to grow at a rate of 10%, and there are totally 4 years. Therefore how much will it become? 40%, isn't it? 10% per annum and 40%. Therefore you have to pay this one plus 40% of it, right? So the total amount that has to be paid equal to 140% of this one, right? So 140 by 100 into 10,000. Now you are going to get 14,000. Now if you want to see how we got this, you could also apply the formula. So what is it? Amount A equal to P into 1 plus RT by 100, and it is given that rate is 10% per annum and the term is 4 years. Therefore 10 into 4 it becomes 40, right? And 100. Therefore 100 plus 40 is 140. 140 by 100 into principal. That is what we did. 140 by 100 into principal, right? Okay. Now this is the total amount you are supposed to pay in 4 installments, and we have to find out the value of those 4 installments. One installment we have to pay after first year. Why? Because they are saying that equal annual installments, and the other installment we have to pay here and pay here. We don't know what that value is. That is why I am assuming X. Now you might think that 4 into X, in these 4 installments you are supposed to pay 14,000, right? So you might think that this is the equation, but it is wrong. The reason is, when you are paying some amount here, right, this amount is also going to grow at the rate of 10%, isn't it? So even though you are making a payment of X here, by the time it reaches this point, it is going to be more than X. So this contribution is more. Therefore you need not pay this amount, which means you need not pay 14,000 divided by 4, right? You have to pay less than that. Why? Even this one is increasing. So if you are not able to understand this logic, the other logic is, even though you are going to owe means you have to pay, right? Even though you are going to owe 10,000 rupees at this point, by the time you reach here, you are not going to owe 10,000 rupees. You are going to owe only 10,000 minus X, isn't it? So initially you have computed the total interest assuming that you are going to owe 10,000 rupees the entire period. Initially when you computed this, you have assumed that the total money you have to pay is 10,000 rupees constantly, right? But that is not the case. Here the amount is reducing. Therefore anyway, how you should understand is, you need not pay that much amount. 14,000 divided by X, you are supposed to pay less than that. Now let's compute it. Now there are many ways of computing it. One way of computing it is, find out what will be the total amount that this X will contribute to by the time it reaches there. Got it? Now if you observe this X is going to grow at 10%, 10%, 10%, which means by the time it reaches there, it is going to be 130% of the initial value. Why? It is going to even give 30% interest, right? Or if you are not able to understand this, see, what I mean to say is, this X, by the time it reaches there, it is going to be X into 130 by 100. Got it? So why? Because it is going to grow by 30%. Therefore it will become 130% of the initial value. Or you could also apply the simple interest formula. What is simple interest formula? Amount A equal to principal into 1 plus RT by 100, right? So that equal to X into 1 plus, what is RT? R is 10 and number of years is 3 by 100. So it is 130 by 100, x into 130 by 100. Got it? Similarly, this one is going to grow for 20%. Therefore, by the time this value goes there, so what will it contribute? It will be x into 120 by 100. Same way, right? And what about this one? This one is going to grow by 10%, right? Therefore, this value will become x into 110 by 100. And what about this value, the last installment x? You are not letting it grow by any time, therefore it is going to be same, right? So this is the total amount that it will account to, even though you are paying only x. Got it? Now this total amount should be equal to 14,000, right? Therefore you have to add them all up and equate it to 14,000. So what is it? X into 1.3, I am writing this one as 1.3, okay, plus x into 1.2 plus x into 1.1 plus x equal to 14,000. Now if you pull out x as common, you are supposed to get x into 4.6 equal to 14,000. That implies x equal to 14 divided by 4.6. You are going to get 3,043.47. Okay, so what is the meaning of it? You need not pay that much amount, 14,000 divided by 4, you have to pay less than that, and this is the amount that you are supposed to pay. So if you are going to pay these installments, even though all these installments put together is not going to be equal to 14,000, the simple interest earned by each installment here is going to make it up. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.